2027, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng ganito. Pero ang problema ngayon, wala ang tiwala ang taong bayan sa mga flood control projects. Kahit nagbago sila ng speakership, we can see that there is not any significant change despite the change in House leadership.
May nagkaroon po ng pagkwestiyon na si Representative Chanco kung bakit daw hindi dumaan sa pre-plenary deliberation ang House budget. Gaano ba kahalaga yung ganitong proseso para sa inyo bilang nanggaling ho kayo sa House of Representatives, Kong Kiko?
Yes, yung sa pre-plenary deliberation kasi, it's a very important part of the budget deliberations kasi yung una lang pinag-uusapan before a few months before actually passing the budget. Kaya ang gusto ni Congressman Chanco is that the House budget will also be added to the pre-plenary deliberations. And siguro ang naging reply doon, yung napanood kong news report regarding that is that ayaw ng Finance Committee na pag-usapan din yun. Not Finance. Ayaw ng Appropriations Committee na pag-usapan din yun.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are citing it as a waste of time.
Oo, pero para sa inyo hindi papayag ho ba kayo na hindi na lang ito pag-uusapan? Ano ba yung maaaring maging problema kung may bahagi ng budget na hindi dumaan sa masusing deliberation bago umabot sa plenaryo?
Yes, kasi parang mali naman na sasabihin nila na sayang lang yung oras na pag-usapan doon. Totoo naman na matagal talaga yung proseso ng budget deliberations and yung pagpasa ng national budget. But at the same time, this is the people's money and this is not a small amount. This is 30 billion pesos proposed for the 2027 budget. At siguro, ay nilang masyadong magka-issue regarding that. Since pag pinag-uusapan yung budget ngayon, makakita ng tao na ang sinasabi nila sa Appropriations Committee ay hindi nila nakikita yung mga proyekto, hindi nila nakikita yung actual success of the budgeted programs.
Mm-hmm. So ibig sabihin, halimbawa, kasi pare-pareho naman ho tayo taxpayers, gaano ba ka-importante at bakit kailangan natin pakialaman kung dumaan ba o hindi yung deliberation process ng budget na ito?
Yes, kasi nakikita talaga natin yan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, totoong bumabaha. At kahit sinasabi na mas konti yung baha ngayon, napapansin pa rin natin na ang mga public statements ng Philippine government at ang nakita nating reality sa mga news sites and even on the ground is very different. And that's the issue that we have today. The more na pag-uusapan nila yung budget at the more na mababalita yung deliberations na on budget, the more we can see the difference between the reality and the public statements that Congress is releasing.
Mm-hmm. So ibig sabihin kung may mga Kong Kiko, ibig sabihin kung may mga budget items halimbawa na hindi malinaw ang justification, ano ba yung dapat na gawin ng mga mambabatas bago ito aprubahan?
Hindi, actually the problem here is that malinaw naman yung justification noon. We created flood control projects in order to remove the flooding in the district. Ang problema lang kasi is that hindi napunta yung budgeted na pera sa tamang proyekto o sa tamang mga in the right projects or in the proper, it was not properly used and it was not effective in the usage of it. Ang naging problema natin dito is that it was not teka lang. The flood control budget was actually properly budgeted, but it was not properly used and it was not properly done and it was not effective, which is what caused the people to lose faith in the Congress's budget. Kaya ngayon, pag pinag-uusapan natin, whenever there's budget deliberations, they try to remove the topic from that because that could come back at a later time where the issue would be questioned.
Sir,
Balikan ko lang po itong 107.4 billion pesos na
Yes.
ipinanukalang pondo para sa flood control project sa taong 2027. At alam naman po natin, sir, na for this past years, noong 2025, especially nung SONA, sinabi nga ni Pangulong Marcos na meron silang 5,000 flood control projects, and after that, finact-check po yan ng,
Yes.
Mother Nature, ng kalikasan. Ngayon naman po, sir, 107.4 billion pesos. Para po sa inyo bilang isang dating kongresista, hindi po ba ito nakakabahala? Ano po ba dapat ang gawin natin taong bayan? Parang kasi nadala na tayo nung mga na past years.
From what I understand, last year kasi nung nagkaroon ng issues sa flood control, naging popular yung flood control scandals at bumaba si Speaker Martin Romualdez. What they were planning on doing is na hindi nila i-allocate sa flood control projects kasi nakita ng mga tao na binubulsa lang yun ng mga politiko. The problem there is that kung hindi sila mag-allocate ng flood control budgets, matutuloy yung mga baha. So now they are seeing the issues within that as well, na nagkaroon ng flood control budget, hindi natuloy, tapos ngayon kailangan nila ulit mag-allocate ng flood control budget para sa next 2027, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng ganito. Pero ang problema ngayon, wala ang tiwala ang taong bayan sa mga flood control projects. Kahit nagbago sila ng speakership, we can see that there is not any significant change despite the change in House leadership.
And speaking of flood control funds, Sir Kiko, wala pong pondo ang Region 11, specifically sa Davao region. Your comment on that, sir. Sa tingin po ninyo, meron pong politika sa likod po
Yes.
ng ganitong klaseng pagbibigay ng no budget for flood control projects?
Yes, nagkakaroon ng pamumulitika din doon since there was also removal of committee chairmanships and vice chairmanships after the voting for the impeachment 3 months ago, I believe. Pagkatapos noon, nagkaroon ng shift in how the budget was made. Well, hindi lang how the budget was made, but also how the House treated the members who voted no for the impeachment. So there's possibility of politicizing there.
Sir, maaari po ba yung, for example, tayo po, taong bayan, mayroon po ba kaming pwedeng magawa para lang, kasi parang nangyayari po, approved ng budget, pero yun nga, kung titingnan po natin doon sa mga laylayan, tatanungin natin yung mga kababayan natin kung ramdam ba nila yung serbisyo ng gobyerno. Marami po talaga ang nagsasabi na hindi nila ramdam. Ramdam ba nila yung proyekto sa pagdating sa flood control? Marami ang nagsasabi na hindi nila ramdam kasi binahanga sila. So ano po ang pwede magawa ngayon ng ating taong bayan, especially sa pagbabantay po natin dito sa 2027 budget na napakalaki po, 7.2 trillion pesos.
Yes, ang mahirap kasi dyan is that it is outside of election period and it's still 2 years before election. Well, next year, filing of candidacy na, so medyo malapit na yun. And through the electoral process is really where we can show our voice. Pero ngayon, we still have the constitutionally granted rights of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Kailangan talaga nating ipakita kung ano talaga ang sitwasyon sa Pilipinas. And once it reaches not just local news, but also international news, pag nakita na ng mga ibang bansa kung gaano kalala na ang sistema dito, that's when changes will have to be made. That's when changes will become necessary. Pag nakita nila kung gaano ka laki ng perwisyo na ang korupsyon sa taong bayan.
Kong Kiko, balikan ko lang yung nangyaring mga pagbaha dito sa Metro Manila tapos sa iba pa na mga lalawigan ho natin. How do you take on sa reasoning ng government natin na meron naman talagang flood control na overwhelmed lang sa baha? And now, paulit-ulit na nangyayari itong mga pagbaha, sinisingil ng kalikasan yung mga projects na yan. And yet, consistent sila sa reasoning na meron naman talagang flood control na overwhelmed lang. So parang sinasabi ng mga netizens natin na abay parang parang nagwalis lang tayo ng pera na nagkakahalaga ng 1 trillion something pesos na yan. Tapos sasabihin na overwhelm lang.
I think that's impossible na ma-overwhelm yun. Kasi pag nakita mo yung 2025 flood control budget sa Quezon City, it was hundreds of millions, some even almost reaching a billion. Paano ma-overwhelm yun? How are their districts? And how flood-prone is it that hundreds of millions of pesos cannot fix it? Parang sobrang laki na ng allocated na pondo doon na imposibleng hindi nila maayos yun unless kung around 80%, 100% ang ninakaw. So even kahit kalahati ang nakawin nila doon, it would still be a significant project with the amount of money that they allocated for those projects. So yes, that's clearly true. Imposible na gumagana ang flood control projects na ginawa nila, na ina-allocate nila doon kahit sobrang laki ang budget na nilagay nila.
Mhm. Pero ngayon na nasa kamay na ng ombudsman itong investigasyon tungkol sa flood control, ano yung inaasahan po ninyo na mangyayari at least before the end of this year, kung may mapaparusahan nga ba na malalaking isda na sinasabi?
Well, regarding that, actually naalala ko nagkaroon ng statement ang Malacanang saying that by December 2026, by December 2025, yun yung nagkaroon tayo ng malaking rally nung bumaba si Speaker Martin Romualdez. They said by 2025, that was last year, na may makukulong na, may magpapasko na sa kulungan. Pero wala namang nakulong noon. And ngayon, nakita ulit natin na walang successful flood control project. So it's very hard to believe in promises from a government that has not fulfilled any of its prior promises.